Behind every mask, there's a truth. Welcome to Behind the Mask, Episode 4.
Everyone saw your smile. What was really happening behind it?
From the outside, my life looked like a dream. A loving husband, weekend dinners, vacation photos, everything looked picture perfect. People often said, "You're so lucky," and I would just smile. But behind that smile was silence. He never shouted, never hit, but his eyes said everything. You belong to me. I laughed less, spoke less, and slowly disappeared behind the curtains of my own home. At first, it felt like care. Don't go out too late. That dress doesn't suit you. Then it became rules. He checked my phone, questioned every call, every message. He called it love. But love doesn't make you shrink. I started counting my words before speaking. Even my heartbeat felt monitored. And I realized my cage was beautiful, but still a cage. It happened on a quiet Sunday evening. He stood by the door and said, "You'd be nothing without me." His voice didn't even rise, but my world shattered. I looked at him, and for the first time, I didn't see a husband. I saw a stranger who had stolen my reflection. That night, while he slept, I stared at the ceiling, realizing this was not love, this was survival. I didn't leave right away. I played my role. I smiled when guests came, I laughed at his jokes, but inside, I was quietly building my escape. I hid small amounts of money in old books. I gathered my documents. Every step felt like betrayal, but every step was freedom. I learned that leaving doesn't start with walking away. It starts with deciding you deserve better. It was just another morning, or so it seemed. He left for work, same routine, same goodbye. The sound of his car fading away felt different. I stood in the living room, bag in hand, heart trembling. I looked around. The world outside was louder, brighter, real. The air felt heavier but cleaner, like breathing for the first time. I didn't know where to go, but I knew what not to return to. I checked into a small rented room. The walls were empty, but they didn't echo fear. That night, I slept alone, and for the first time in years, I wasn't afraid of silence. Freedom has its own kind of fear. I woke up crying some nights, missing the routine I once hated. The silence that once suffocated me now felt too big. I questioned myself. Did I make a mistake? But then I'd remember his words, his eyes, his control. And I'd whisper, "No, I made a choice." Healing is messy, but it's still healing. He found me, of course. They always do. First came the angry messages, "You'll regret this." Then the soft ones, "I miss you. I can change." But love doesn't beg only when it's gone. I didn't reply. I didn't explain. Because he never listened when I screamed quietly. So now, my silence was my final answer. Days turned into months. I started therapy. I learned to walk without fear, eat without guilt, smile without permission. I made friends, real ones who saw me. I learned to sit alone in a cafe and not feel lonely. Peace became my new luxury, and laughter, my rebellion. Today, when I look into the mirror, I see her again, the woman I lost years ago. She's not weak. She's not bitter. She's whole. People still ask, "Why did you leave without telling anyone?"
And that was her story. A story where silence spoke louder than words.